Good morning everybody and welcome to another week at Davenies. This week's theme is a sense of belonging, and that's what I'm going to talk about today in my assembly. Or probably at Davenies we should think of it more as a sense of belonging. And the essence of Davenies has always been this idea of belonging to a community. And you boys will know that our founder, or the first headmaster, Reverend Newton, wanted this image of the bees and their hive and everyone working together. He wanted that as the school and the sort of sense that would be of belonging that would be in the school at Davenies. So it's very appropriate for us to think perhaps of it as a sense of belonging. Now we're going to talk a little bit about that and what that means. So what I want you to think about is how many groups you belong to. You can pause the video here if you wish and you can think about it and think about all the different groups that you are part of. You probably thought of things like your family, your class, any club you're at out of school. You could also think the group of all the humans in the world, group of all Britons, group of all Europeans. There's all sorts of groups that we belong to. Think more specifically now about how many groups you belong to at Davenies. Again, if you wish to pause the video, you can, and have a little bit of a think of all the different groups you belong to at Davenies. So you may have thought of your class, you may have thought of your house, you may have thought of teams you're in, or groups, or choirs, or bands. You may have thought of your friendship groups. All of these things help us feel like we belong. And that's really, really important in the sense that if you feel that you belong somewhere, you often feel much happier about things and feel more disposed to trying to give to that community. Even when you're not at school at the moment, we've tried to keep the community going. We've kept the activities going, the clubs. It's been great to see people take part in concerts. We have also, obviously, the house competition, and it was great fun judging the creative catering last week. And I'm sure you enjoyed this week's activities as well. And of course, at the end of the week, we have a reward assembly. Now, you will know, boys, if you've come through the pre-prep here, that the reward assembly is something that happens every Friday in the pre-prep. But while we've been in this remote working, we've extended the reward assembly to the whole school, and really we're using it as a way of having a pictorial record of what everyone's been up to at the end of a week. And it's a great way of bringing the community together to make us feel like we belong. One of the other ways we bring the community together is in events. And we're very fortunate at Davenies to be supported by a parent group called the Friends of Davenies. Now, every parent is in the Friends of Davenies, but then we have some people who give a little bit more time on the committee to organising events. And you will know that we always have a big event in the summer term, and we were all looking forward to our big summer fair this year, and it was going to have a festival theme. But I'm delighted that the Friends of Davenies have taken the opportunity of us being at home to come up with a new idea on the festival theme that we can still participate in together. And so on Saturday the 27th of June, we've got the Davenies Home Fest 2020. So still a festival, but this time with you all being at home. And this will involve lots of activities and competitions you can do at home. And there'll be lots of ideas of things that you can do just to celebrate the day. And more information about that came out in the newsletter, the EB, on Friday, but will also be launched today and in the coming days for people to understand a bit more about how to take part. We hope to see lots of participations, and if you would like to, you can photograph your entries, or you can photograph just your family having fun, and we'll include that in a little bit of a Home Fest press, a record of the event for us all to share. And really we look forward to everybody taking part together. It's hugely important, I think, at this time that we do everything we can to stay together and to be together. So this week's theme is a sense of belonging, or as I said, a sense of belonging. And it's very important to know that you are part of a wider community, or part of the family of Davenies, and that we're all thinking of you all the time, even when you can't manage to be in school every day. I hope you think about that this week, and I hope you also think about how you might make other people in the community feel as if they belong too. And often in the way we behave, we can make people feel a part of our community a lot better. So have a good week. Think about doing for others. Think about being part of a wonderful community, and start to look forward to Homefest a week on Saturday. I'll speak to you again next week. Goodbye.